Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you work, no matter how many plans you make, something invisible always pulls you back? Like there's a wall between you and the life you dream about. What if I told you that wall was built in your childhood? This is how childhood trauma might be silently killing your dreams. When people hear the word trauma, they often think about extreme events, abuse, violence, or tragedies. But trauma is not only about what happened to you. Trauma is also about what should have happened, but didn't. Maybe you didn't get the love, protection, or encouragement you needed. Maybe you grew up in a house where you felt invisible, or unsafe, or constantly criticized. Trauma is less about the event itself and more about the lasting imprint it leaves on your nervous system and your self-image. For a child, those early wounds can quietly rewrite the story they tell themselves for the rest of their life. One of the first ways childhood trauma kills dreams is by planting poisonous beliefs. Children who grow up in neglect or chaos often hear unspoken messages: you're not good enough, your needs don't matter, love must be earned. As adults, these messages turn into deep-rooted self-doubt. You might dream of starting a business, writing a book, or pursuing a passion, but the inner voice says, who are you to do that? And so you stop before you even begin. Childhood trauma forces many kids into survival mode. When you're small and powerless, your whole focus becomes, how do I stay safe? How do I avoid rejection or punishment? That survival mode doesn't just disappear when you turn 18. As an adult, you may find yourself avoiding risks, even positive ones. You don't take the leap because your nervous system is wired to keep you small. Your brain whispers, better to stay safe than be hurt again. But dreams require courage, risk, and stepping into the unknown. Survival mode and dream chasing rarely coexist. Another way trauma kills dreams is through self-sabotage. Maybe you procrastinate endlessly. Maybe you start projects but never finish. Maybe you get close to success and suddenly you pull back. It's not laziness, it's a defense mechanism. Deep down, your mind has learned that success equals visibility, and visibility used to equal danger. So instead of celebrating opportunities, you unconsciously destroy them. This can look like toxic relationships, quitting too soon, or settling for less than you're capable of. The painful truth is, many of us sabotage the very dreams we long for, because on some level, we're still protecting the wounded child inside. Let's talk about resilience. To chase dreams, you need the ability to handle failure, rejection, and uncertainty. But if your childhood was full of instability, your nervous system may never have learned how to regulate stress. That's why criticism feels unbearable. That's why rejection knocks you down for weeks. That's why a single setback feels like the end. Your body remembers the pain of the past, and it responds as if today's obstacles are life-threatening. So instead of pushing through challenges, you retreat, you give up, and little by little, your dreams die. Dreams rarely come true in isolation. We need support systems, mentors, encouragement. But trauma often damages our ability to connect. If you grew up with betrayal or neglect, you may struggle to trust others. If love was conditional, you may fear being truly seen. If criticism was constant, you may hide your authentic self. This isolation cuts off opportunities. Instead of building strong networks, you stay on the sidelines. Instead of asking for help, you carry the weight alone. And dreams starve without support.